Well, hi there. Welcome to Bella's Vistas. Thanks for visiting. Please like, subscribe, and come on back again real soon. Well, we're out on the prowl. We're looking for an owl. Going along here, we're in Mennonite country. Look at this horse and buggy people. These are good people here. They're heading back. I don't know what they're doing. Well, it's Sunday. They're on their way to church. That's what they're doing. I'm out in the country looking for owls. And this is where I like to go. Stay in the middle here. I don't want to hit anybody on either side. Well, I spotted an owl. Look at that. Way out in the field. Now, it looks like I'm closer to it than I am because Mary's using a very long lens on the video camera. This is what I'm seeing. Look at the sunlight on this beauty. What a nice owl. I'm so happy when I find these guys. I don't get too close to them because I don't want to disturb them. I'm getting down low to the ground too so I don't present a threatening thing to them. I'm staying close by the car. There's buggies and cars and everything going past here all the time, so the owls are pretty used to a little bit of traffic. That's not a big problem for them. But you don't want to get close to them. You don't want to disturb them or make them move, things like that. Look at this little guy. What a happy character. Here he's taking a little jump. He's getting away. Got a few shots like that. I like to see him in the farmer's field. They're looking for mice and voles and that type of thing. They keep a lot of the pests down on the farm. You can see how far he is away from the house here. And the field, there's not much snow in this field. It's nice when there's a lot of snow around them too, like this. I find this a lot nicer. This one is really, really far away. I'm using 1200 millimeter lens on my camera, and Mary is zoomed all the way out on her video camera. You can just barely pick them up there. Here's one up on a pole. This guy was surprised me. We were driving along and there he is up on the pole, so I got a few shots of him. He definitely sees me, but I don't think I'm bothering him too much. He didn't take off anyway. Shooting a little video up here. It's really hard with, you don't want to have tripods and things like that flapping around in the breeze. Mostly I'm a still photographer anyway, so I can get the shots with, I'm using 1200 millimeter equivalent lens. I've got stabilization on, so I don't need a tripod to get stills. But if I want to shoot some video, that's a bit of a problem. I don't know what I'm going to do. Here I am laying down in the ditch. I don't want to bother this guy too much at all. But I'm getting some nice shots of him here. He's off in the distance. Now, like I said, he's a lot further away from me than you think because Mary's using such a long lens it foreshortens the distance. Starting to get cold and snowy out here. Now I was really liking these shots with the background going out of focus, the foreground out of focus. You know that your focus is working right when you see that you're in the sweet spot. You got the bird in focus and the foreground and background are giving you the nice bokeh. This lens has a tremendous bokeh. I think it's the 300 millimeter f4 Olympus lens. It's a pretty expensive zoom lens with the 2x adapter on it. It really pulls you in there. Now I think this is Mary's video here, this one. Yeah, this is Mary shooting video with her camera. I'm covered in snow. Look at that. Now I've got a nice spot here and I'm down low to the ground. I'm using my 1200 millimeter. I'm shooting video. I really apologize for being so unsteady, but so incredibly cold and windy. You can see the wind blowing the snow around the owl, and it's certainly blowing me around too. That lens with the lens hood on, it's like it really gets buffeted by the wind. I just love this snow swirling around the owl and his feathers moving. It's getting towards night, so I don't really know how it works. I think at night the owls go up in the trees and in the morning they look around for a place to hunt. And then I'm thinking he probably came down here, killed something, ate it, and just chilling out there. But I'm not really sure. I've just started following the owls. I'm really struck on this, you know, like I follow Morton Hilmer on YouTube, and I've seen some of his things with Arctic foxes and that, and I'm so jealous with, of course he's a lot younger than I am. I can't be very well trudging across the tundra like he does, but go out in the country and I get shots like this. It's really nice, really beautiful animals. I've gotten some foxes and things over the years, and bears and grizzly bears and things. Right now I'm really struck on the owls. We're planning on going to Amherst Island and photograph the owls. Now it's starting to get darker, and it's getting windier too. I mean, it must be cold when the wind blows the feathers like that on the bird, and it's got to be getting up against his skin and making him cold. But you know, what choice does he have? He's just buffeted by the wind here. I got a lot of video on this guy. Didn't bother him. He's really a beautiful bird. What a condition to live in, though. Imagine that. I mean, I know I'm frozen. I'm just laying in the ditch shooting this video, trying to keep my camera steady, and the wind is buffeting both of us. Now here's another guy. He was really, really far away. I shot this with a super long lens, and Mary got some video too with a really long lens. There's lots of them out there. We saw 8 or 9 birds this time, maybe 10 sightings, and it could have been more than one. Now you can see me getting set up. This was really fun. I mean, I was shooting the one bird, and then I noticed another bird over on a fence post. And then the Mennonites came by to say hi to me, and I had a little chat with him, and I said, you know, would it be all right for me to walk into the field here? And he said, well, you're sure not going to hurt anything in this weather. And I wanted to show him my pictures of the owl, but he wouldn't look at them. Some of the guys will, but some of them are really afraid of cameras and that. So here I am sitting on the ground photographing the owl. Now I'm going to walk in. I'm seeing hunters out in the fields here, so I know it's not a problem. And the ground is super frozen. You can see the owl there, and you can see the traffic around him and the houses around. So I'm not really bothering this guy too much. I'm walking along the fence rail. And as I'm going along, I set my camera to C3. That's one of my presets. I just stumbled a little bit there. I'm going to make a video about how I build the presets for my camera, but I have C3 set at Pro Capture, so for a bird taking off, I'll get some shots of him. And I'm using continuous focusing in the tracking mode. So it looks like I'm a lot closer than I really am to this bird. You'll see when I shoot it how small it is, even with the 1200 millimeter. But there's people walking around in the fields. Now, you know, when you're in a field with hunters, you can see the hunter coming in from the right. You know, when you're in a field with hunters, you know, you're maybe a little bit at risk. This is even cropped in a little bit on the owl, and you can see that I'm pretty far away. I'm not bothering him, not tormenting him. It looks to me like he's getting ready to take off, and I know this hunter is coming in here. I can see him walking along the line. They're looking for coyotes as far as I can tell. So he's not as close. I'm going to get a little further away from the owl, see? I'm trying to line the owl up with the hunter and not disturb the owl at all. You can see the hunter there. So I'm wearing a black coat, but I'm sure the guy knows that I'm not a coyote anyway. But I'm walking along here, and I got a little more distance between me and the owl, and I'm lining the owl up with the guy. Now you can see, here I am looking for another vantage point, a little bit closer maybe. Not too, I don't want to scare the birds. I don't want to bother these owls and scare them away, because I hope they keep coming here. It's sure nice to drive along and see them. When you see one on a fence post, that's great. Like, this is rare. I think this is the first owl I've ever seen sitting on a fence post like this. I've got a couple raptors like that. Now you can see the hunter's moving in. He's going to be moving into my shot. You can see there's a lot of traffic around here and everything, so it's not like It's not a real wilderness setting maybe, but it's pretty nice. Now you can see the guy. Okay, now he startled the owl. The owl's getting ready to take off. Look at there. Wow, I'm so happy with the way this worked out. I just couldn't believe it. I got these shots of the bird flying away, and I got a shot with the hunter in the background. That should be coming up any second now. Boy, I'm just so blessed to get these shots. Such a wonderful day. We'd been out all day, you know, and look at here. This is what I'm really happy about. There's the hunter, and he startled the owl, and I got the picture. There's some other hunters in the field. Look at there. Wow, I'm loving every minute of this. I was so excited. Now I'm heading out, and the hunter's coming over to talk to me and say he hopes he didn't ruin my shot. I said, I think he might have made my shot, but I hadn't even looked at the picture yet. I was just so excited. I was really, really super happy. And there's still some more owls out there. Here's another owl we found a bit later on. I'm hoping that that hunter will see the video and see himself in my video and in my pictures and maybe get in touch with me. Now here I'm shooting video again, laying down, but my focus, I don't know, I think the grass moving in the background is affecting my focus and everything, and it's far from steady because the wind is buffeting me around. I'm laying on the dirt with my lens in my hand and trying to get a steady shot, but I'm limited. And like I said, I don't want to be lugging a tripod around for these things because I like to go commando so that I can run around, move around, and get my shots. I'm so happy that I found these owls, and I think I got some great shots of them. I hope you're enjoying them, and I hope you'll come back and watch more of my videos. I'm going to make some videos about how I set up the camera for these shots, which I'm still learning because the Olympus menu is a little bit complicated, and there's so many things I want to do. I'm more of a still photographer than a video guy, so I have to learn about shooting video. And I like, in my stills, I like to have foreground framing where I have some objects in the foreground that are out of focus that give you the depth going into the picture. This guy's just too far away. That's with the longest equipment we've got, and you can just barely see him. Sometimes it's very hard to spot them when you're just driving along. Thanks for visiting Bella's Vistas. Please like, subscribe, share these with your friends if you think they might be interested.